published in 1960, Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, is a cornerstone of American literature, addressing themes of racial injustice and the loss of innocence. Set in the fictional, Depression-era town of Maycomb, Alabama, during the 1930s, the story is narrated by young Scout Finch. The plot centers on her father, Atticus Finch, a principled lawyer tasked with defending Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping a white woman. As Scout, her brother Jem, and their friend Dill observe the trial, they also become obsessed with the mysterious recluse Boo Radley. Written in a Southern Gothic style with a compassionate yet critical stance, the novel follows the Finch family as they navigate the challenges of prejudice, morality, and the loss of innocence. The story is told by Jean Louise Scout Finch, a precocious 6-year-old girl living with her older brother, Jem, and their widowed father, Atticus Finch. Atticus, a lawyer and a paragon of integrity, is deeply respected in Maycomb. The children spend their summer days playing with their friend Dill, a curious boy who visits Maycomb each year. Together, they become fascinated by their reclusive neighbor, Boo Radley, who has not been seen outside his house for years. The children create stories about Boo and try to coax him out of his home, viewing him as a figure of mystery and fear. The central conflict begins when Atticus is appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man falsely accused of raping a white woman, Mayella Ewell. Despite hostility and backlash from the predominantly white community, Atticus accepts the case, determined to give Tom a fair defense. The decision exposes Scout and Jem to the harsh realities of racism and prejudice, as their family becomes the target of scorn and threats from their neighbors. As the trial approaches, tensions in Maycomb intensify. Scout and Jem witness the town's deep-seated racism firsthand, including derogatory remarks and violent acts directed at their father. Atticus's commitment to justice and equality becomes a moral lesson for his children, even as they struggle to grasp the hatred around them. During the trial, Atticus presents a compelling defense for Tom Robinson, arguing that the evidence clearly proves his innocence. He shows that Mayella's injuries were inflicted by her father, Bob Ewell, not by Tom. Atticus suggests that Mayella falsely accused Tom to cover up her own shame for making advances toward a black man, a taboo in their society. Despite the lack of credible evidence against Tom, the all-white jury convicts him, underscoring the systemic racism that pervades the justice system. The trial's outcome profoundly affects Jem and Scout, shattering their belief in fairness and justice. Tom Robinson's subsequent death while attempting to escape from prison adds another layer of tragedy. Meanwhile, Bob Ewell, humiliated by Atticus's defense, seeks revenge. He harasses the Finch family, spits on Atticus, and issues ominous threats. The novel reaches its climax when Bob Ewell attacks Scout and Jem on their way home from a school event. In a terrifying confrontation, Boo Radley emerges from his house to save the children, killing Bob Ewell. Scout finally meets Boo face-to-face and realizes he is not the monstrous figure she imagined but a kind and protective man. Boo's actions bring the story full circle, underscoring the importance of empathy and understanding. In the aftermath, Sheriff Heck Tate decides to report that Bob Ewell's death was an accident to shield Boo from unwanted attention. Atticus initially protests, wanting to uphold the law, but he ultimately agrees, recognizing that exposing Boo would be akin to killing a mockingbird, a metaphor for harming innocent and vulnerable individuals. The novel ends with Scout reflecting on the lessons she has learned. She recognizes the importance of seeing the world from others' perspectives, a principle Atticus has consistently taught her. As she walks Boo home, Scout comes to appreciate his quiet presence and the sacrifices he made to protect her and Jem. Her newfound maturity and empathy underscore the novel's central message about the value of compassion and moral courage. The enduring power of To Kill a Mockingbird lies in its profound exploration of moral courage versus social prejudice. Harper Lee's primary motivation was to hold a mirror up to the deep-seated inequalities of the American South, drawing on her childhood observations in Monroeville. By adopting a child's perspective, Lee uses a naive narrator to highlight the absurdity of adult bigotry. Scout's unfiltered view strips away the complexities of social tradition to reveal the raw injustice beneath. Technically, Lee masterfully balances the whimsical, adventurous atmosphere of childhood with the heavy, somber tension of the courtroom drama. Atticus Finch serves as the moral compass, embodying the idea that true bravery is fighting for what is right even when defeat is inevitable. Meanwhile, Boo Radley's transformation from the monster to a savior symbolizes the transition from fear-based prejudice to empathetic understanding. The book is a powerful exploration of the complexities of human nature and the pervasive impact of prejudice. Harper Lee examines the moral failures and redeeming qualities of a community grappling with issues of race, class, and justice. The novel's enduring relevance lies in its ability to challenge readers to confront their own biases and strive for a more equitable society. The work's call to climb into someone's skin and walk around in it remains a foundational lesson in empathy for modern society.